Let's start with the elephant in the room, the campaign. Usually, a COD campaign is a 4 to 6 hour cinematic roller coaster. MW3 tried something different with open combat missions. On paper, it was about player choice. In reality, it felt like playing solo Warzone with a few cutscenes. Critics and fans hammered it. It felt less like a carefully crafted story and more like a collection of assets from the DMZ mode taped together. The return of Makarov, one of gaming's most iconic villains, felt rushed, and the ending was abrupt, to say the least. For many, this campaign solidified the DLC rumors. It was arguably the lowest point for a Call of Duty story in over a decade. But then, there's the multiplayer. If the campaign was a low, the multiplayer was, surprisingly, the high. Sledgehammer Games basically played the Greatest Hits album. They brought back all 16 launch maps from the original Modern Warfare 2, 2009. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Seeing Terminal and High Rise in 4K felt incredible. But more importantly, they listened to the community. They brought back the red dot minimap, map voting, and most importantly, the movement. Slide canceling was back, and the game felt faster and more fluid than the sluggish MW2 2022. For the sweats and the longtime fans, MW3 multiplayer actually became one of the most fun COD experiences in years, even if it was built on the bones of a 15-year-old game. For the first time in Modern Warfare, we got zombies. But this wasn't the round-based survival we grew up with. Developed by Treyarch, Modern Warfare, Zombies MWZ was an open-world PvE extraction mode set on the Warzone map, Urzikstan. It was polarizing. Traditionalists hated the lack of classic maps, but a new audience loved the chill, low-stress environment of looting, leveling up weapons, and helping other squads. It was essentially DMZ with zombies, and while it eventually suffered from a lack of content updates, it remains a unique experiment that showed COD could move away from PvP and still find an audience. So, how do we remember Modern Warfare 3 2023? It's a game of contradictions. It has one of the worst campaigns in the series, yet some of the most refined multiplayer mechanics. It felt like an expansion, yet it provided hundreds of hours of content for those who stuck around. In the long run, MW3 2023 will likely be remembered as the maintenance year, a game that fixed the gameplay issues of its predecessor by leaning heavily on nostalgia. It didn't reinvent the wheel, but for a lot of players, it was exactly the kind of COD they wanted to play, even if the packaging was a bit messy. What do you think? Was MW3 worth the price, or should it have stayed a DLC? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.